Leaf fans, time for another edition of Carson's Corner, I guess we'll call this. Oh boy, yeah, the demons are real, and they're alive and well. This is a tough game. I don't even know what to say. I had a page full of notes for this one, and I want to just ball them up and throw them away. To be honest with you, this is brutal. But I mean, we still got two more chances. I think we all know now the series is going to Game 7 for sure. There's no way it's not. That's just how this team operates. But it's okay. Take a deep breath. We'll get them back. It's fine. We'll do it in front of Ottawa, in front of their own crowd. And every time I say that, it gets a little less serious every time. But it's okay. Let's keep the hope up. Let's keep it alive. Let's go to the game notes now, because at least let's talk about something in this game. The Leafs came out tentative. This is the problem with this team that I always seem to have, is that whenever there's a big critical game and they have to come out and they have to just look like McDavid and Draisaitl when the game is down and they have to score, come out with that on the very first face-off. Why can't we do that? Why? Is it hard? I don't understand. I don't like Mike Babcock, but start on time. It's that simple. I hate that saying, but it's true. And I don't know what's going on with the boys here, but it's getting tough. I mean, it looks shaky from the get-go. Stolarz gets an early save that bounces off the post, somehow doesn't go in. Riley is in the back there to shovel it behind him and out. But that was a tone setter for how the game was going to go, because you knew right from that point that it's just going to be ugly. I didn't think it was going to be that ugly, but nonetheless, it was that ugly. Leafs get the first power play, which was nice. You really think the power play's been cooking. You think we're going to get some good shots on net, and they did. They got a lot of shots, but again, don't score. I think they had five forwards for that power play, so that's good. They switched it back to that because obviously Tavares was back on, but it's still, they got a lot of shots and they got the puck moving around, but again, nothing too much to the inside. I mean, Allmark played well tonight, but just with their effort, you got to get more to the net, more clear shots. And that was another thing too, actually. The Senators really seemed like they were blocking a lot more shots tonight, which definitely contributed to the Leafs not getting anything really close. I mean, maybe there's a few posts here and there, but overall they kind of just looked a little discombobulated on the power play there. So that was rough. Leafs on the PK when Ottawa got their first power play. It's good defense. Great stick save there from Tanev to push it away there, but still, I mean, you can't give them momentum like that, because the second that we do that, again, it's going to go downhill, and it's almost like a return of Kadri in the playoffs there, where you're taking stupid penalties, and it blows up in your face, and that seems to be what is happening right now. Going to the second period. They started the second period off in the penalty kill. They did kill it off, which was good. So kind of thinking from that point on, maybe we can get some momentum going. Maybe we can sort of build energy on this. But nope, fell short again. So that was rough. Senators score first. Another seeing eye shot from the point that, I'm not going to say it shouldn't go in. Stolarz did get a little piece of it with his shoulder, but you got to get man-to-man coverage there. From what I saw, Marner kind of stumbles up top and doesn't get into the shooting lane there, which was just sort of an odd and horrible timed fall. But you know what? That's just the Leaf Demons coming out there to get us, for sure. Tavares was getting knocked around a lot tonight. I'm not sure if it's just my perception of it, but it really seems like he's getting thrown around a lot this series with the hit from last game. And a lot of other plays too. I mean, it's good in a way. He's in the middle of a lot of scrums, and he's getting involved. But he seemed to just be pushed around a lot tonight. He seemed almost like he was like Nick Robertson. He just did not have the body size or something for last couple games here. He's just getting pushed around. The Leafs, they get a 2-on-0, and what I would consider not really getting a shot on that. They call it the identity line. I get it. These guys, they got a lot of heart here, but when you're on a 2-0, I'd rather you just took a shot and got a face off than, Laurent's making a good move and whatnot, but then he kind of gets tripped. There's no call. You don't really get a shot, and then the Sens get a lot of energy from that, go back down, and get a great chance from that. So that was not good either. And it's in those moments right there in the game where you have to take advantage. You have a 2-0. Take a shot, make a pass, do something, but just you gotta get something on net. You gotta challenge Ullmark in that situation. I thought they finished off the second period strong. He looked good. It was still 0-0 at that point, I believe, or maybe it was 1-0 Sens, but you still believed at that point that we had a shot. We had a real shot of finishing this game out. You go, okay, Leafs can come back. We still look okay. I think Matthews took a shot off the hand too, which seemed to be bothering him a little bit. I'm not sure if it was just, like when he's shooting or even on some of the draws. I know Nylander took some draws tonight, and that might have just been sort of the offensive coordinating there of where the play was. But I hope he's all right, because we do not need an injured Matthews for the rest of this series. Or, maybe take him out. They seem to play better when Matthews is out of the lineup, so I don't know. Maybe do some Jedi mind tricks there and see what we can cook up. But that's brutal. He's got to play better. I mean, when you see McDavid play, especially Draisaitl too, they just play with a hunger, just a will to get their team across the finish line. And Marner played well too tonight, but I don't see the fire in them that we need to see to get this team across the finish line. I mean, when you see Tampa and Florida battling it out, and most likely it's going to be Florida, maybe even against the Sens at this point, who knows, you hope the Leafs could finish it early so that we could get some rest, the boys could heal up, and then we can take our best lineup into the round 2. And then, of course, we're going to go to Game 6, and that's probably not going to go well. And then there's Game 7, and then the boys are beat up for the next series, if they even get to the next series at this point, which is, it's a problem. And I don't know, a lot of guys haven't been on this team. There's a lot of new guys, so they shouldn't have the demons that the core 4 and some of the other players have. So I don't seem to know why this mentality sticks around of them just having so much trouble to get to that Game 4 win. That fourth game that they need to win, it just seems to be so elusive for this core and this team overall. I don't understand it. And hopefully Berube can give a hell of a speech in the locker room or something, because we need it. I'll tell you that. In the third period, though, it was still pretty close. Stolarz had an amazing save about 2 minutes in. It was a minute and a half to keep this game incredibly close. So, the Leaf fans are thinking, and me included, that, okay, your goalie's in it. He's looking good. He made the big save. Maybe that can sort of change the game, put some energy in. Maybe we can get a chance from that. And it just sort of fizzled out. Every big opportunity the Leafs had tonight seemed to just fizzle out into nothing. They couldn't just carry it with them and keep it building. And I don't know why that is. It's really frustrating to watch this team do that. So, I don't know. And also, one other thing too tonight, the Leafs could not win a faceoff for their lives. I don't know what the end total was, but every time we were in their end, or even on the power play, we just could not seem to win a faceoff to keep it in there. And that's one big factor the Leafs seem to have a problem with on the power play, is if they can win the draw and keep the play in the Senators zone or the opposing team zone, whatever, they can get a good jump on the other team to get a really good scoring opportunity or just score. But it seems like it's always in these critical games when they can never win a face-off. The puck goes down, then they got to regroup, and 5 players got to drop it back to the other player, and it just never gets going, and eventually they break in, and then the power play's over, and it's all gone. So I'm not really sure what was going on with that tonight, but they could not win a face-off at all, and that's killing them. It's really killing them. And then, to top it all off, on top of that, Sens get another shorthanded goal. A little slow clap for that. I I've never heard the air go out of a building faster than when the Sens scored that shorthanded goal tonight. I don't know. I don't know how this keeps happening. Like, I really don't. I'm really like speechless when it comes to this. Like the same thing that keeps happening. You know, I don't know if it's just poor puck management, guys not knowing where the other player is or supposed to be when they're trying to make a pass, or it's just unfortunate puck luck, or maybe it's all of the above. But you cannot have that happen in a series clinching game. Having the other team have a shorthanded goal, because that just fires them up, and then it's just downhill from there. It was downhill all game, but even more so from that point. The final thoughts, I mean, let's look towards Game 6 for a minute here. You're going into Ottawa. Again, we still have 2 more chances to possibly win this series. The elephant in the room now, I would say, is do you play Woll? Because it sort of seems like it's kind of like a who blinks first situation on this goaltending tandem or opposing matchup here. I'm a gambler. Throw the dice. Put Woll in. Stolarz has been good, but he's not been good enough. And you have 2 great goalies here, so why not throw him in? See what can happen. Worst case is you lose with Woll. I mean, at least you gave it a shot. If you leave Stolarz in, then you got to put him in for Game 7. So this right now, I mean, putting Woll in for Game 4 would have been the best case scenario. But at this point, you got to throw him in for Game 6 and just cross your fingers it goes well. I think he'll play good. You know, last year he came into the playoffs for the Leafs, made a big difference. So hopefully he can do the same thing here. It's sort of a Hail Mary, and I know I believe it. I barely even believe what I'm saying right now with that, but it's one of the only things you can really do. They're going to probably start Ullmark again, so why not change it up? Throw Woll in there, get a different look. Then they got to study more on how Woll's going to play. So maybe it's the one wild card that you can play at this point to really give yourself a fighting chance in Ottawa, but we got to take it. We got to take the next one here. Otherwise, this is going to be, an 18-wheeler going off a cliff here. Not to cite Brian Burke, but oh well. Take a deep breath, Leaf fans. It's okay. We're still in the series and we're still up, so you know what? We can do it. One last thing, though, too, is for Game 6, I'm throwing Robertson back in. You got to throw Robertson back in. Mr. Scratch and Score himself. I mean, how can you not? Throw him in, see what happens. You know, another Hail Mary, but maybe he'll get something going, get a nice goal for you. The boys will build off that, and we can actually finally end this thing. But I don't know. Everybody say their prayers tonight because we need them. We really do. That's all for tonight, and as always, cheers. You might want to drink a little harder after this one.